What's up guys, welcome back. Hundreds and thousands of people all over the world are struggling with ankle, knee, hip and lower back pain in particular. There's a very strong possibility that all these issues are caused by one problem lower down, and that's what I want to show you today. Before I go any further today, I just want to say a massive congratulations to Leon and Carly. That's why he's not here today. He's quite rightfully taking some time off as they have just given birth to their first child, a little baby girl. If you want to give them any well wishes, just drop them in the comments below, guys. Okay, what can be the root cause of all these issues? And what we need to do to find that is look at the start of our chain, at our feet. What I want you to think of is a pyramid. If we have a strong base, a big wide base, we can put strength on top of that and we can use it, much like a boxer. They generate their power through the floor from their punches. They have nice strong feet. It transfers up through their glutes and their hips and generates out through the arms. If your pyramid is this way up and you're kind of wobbly from the bottom, then that is only going to exaggerate and get worse as you go higher up the body, causing energy leaks, so kind of weaker movements, but also it puts a lot of pressure on the joints and ligaments and tendons of the body, especially with people that do repetitive movements like runners. That's why it's called runner's knee or tennis elbow. If you're running all the time with a slight deficiency, over time that's going to get found out and it's going to cause you problems. For example, if I asked you to snap a sheet of metal now, you wouldn't be able to do it. If I gave you half an hour to keep going, causing a weak point, eventually it's gonna go. So this is what I want you to do to make sure your feet are supported and your tripod or your triangle, your pyramid is strong from the bottom. Okay, let's take a look at the big problem for me personally and for a lot of you people. Loads of you guys won't have this problem, but there's still something that I want to show you to do that we should all be doing when we squat, and that's being aware of our points of contact. And this is why. So, if we look at my foot, this foot here, just come closer, Rose, darling. My partner's behind the camera. Sorry that we're getting a close up of my feet. If we look at my feet here, this is my rolled ankle, my dropped arch. Can you see this? Is tibia, shin, above the foot, this is dropped. I've worn insoles for this, but what's happened, because I was wearing the insoles, this big toe, which is really important, has got lazy. And I end up walking like this when my insoles aren't in to keep that in line. When really, I need to be using this big toe to clamp down and create that arch. So when people say that if you had your big toe chopped off, your balance would be horrendous, that's very true, because the big toe is really important with creating your points of contact with the floor. So when you lunge, when you squat, even if you haven't got any dropped arches, I want you to be aware of your 3 points of contact: heel, outside of the ball of foot, and the ball of foot and the big toe. I have to create this to keep this where it should be, because if I let it drop, ankle goes, but when that ankle goes, look how much the knee goes. So this is where it should be, this is dropped arch. Can you see how much that knee moves? Now imagine if you were running and that did that hundreds of times in one session. Each time the knee's twisting, the tendons are getting stretched, all this kind of stuff. And it's going to get inflamed and it's going to get angry. And that's why we get things like patellar tendonitis, maltracking of the kneecap, why we get bursitis, and why I have a bunch of my problems. So how do I solve this? I have to build that strength back up in that big toe and that arch by doing lots of exercises like split squats, like light and very slow eccentric squats to start with, but holding that solid arch position to remind my body where it needs to be. So as you can see, that small movement of the arch collapsing or the ankle rolling creates a big movement at the knee and at the hip. So you can now see that when you squat and you get that valgus knee where your knees kick in, many people can say, oh, your glutes are weak, and they may well be, but also they might be fighting a bit of a losing battle against the arches of your feet. So it's really important to remember that kind of claw, that's 3 points of contact with the floor, like your feet are gripping the floor. There's a really cool guy that I follow a lot on Instagram called Squat University. He talks about this a lot, but again, I can't stress enough, let's look at the first part of our chain so we can support all the other movements and the ligaments, the joints, all those areas of the body as we go up. Now I hope this helped you guys a lot. If it did, please leave a comment below, give us a massive thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, hit the notification bell. So many things to do, I know, but that will help us out massively if you could, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.